Okay, it's looking good. What's up, guys? I'm Blaze. In today's video, I'm just going to show you a couple of things on how I trade, what is my strategy. I'm not trying to sell a course. It's not like a bootcamp like TGRs or anything like that. It's just showing you a little bit of sauce and dropping you some information of what I do. Because I'm not going to do like a bootcamp of what an order block is, an OB, a fair value gap, an inverse value gap. I mean, most of those confluences are already well taught, and you need to see my video. It doesn't matter who watched my video, dude. I'm not here to be seen. It's like just I want to express, I want to show people what I do. I want to show people I'm not fraud. I don't paper or anything. Let's no, I truly trade. And I think this is my first video actually on this YouTube channel because what most of the times, actually all my videos are just shorts. There's not like a video of me teaching what is actually my strategy or something like that. Well, yeah, I was thinking of something else. I was gonna teach about order flow, but since I am not I'm on my Mac, I'm not gonna show you yet. Once I have everything else, I will show you. I will teach you more about order flow. How can you combine it with just candles? But for now, just turning candles. Although I have an order flow tool, which is not that that accurate. It is good to have it, which is this anchor volume profile, but it is not something that is compared to a real one. It's how can I say this? Maybe oh, it's not that accurate. Just gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it that way. Okay, so today's video I'm gonna show you what I do. Okay, maybe if you watch my shorts or my videos on Instagram, IG, or even Twitter or on TikTok, you can see in a fast mode and fast replay in 1 minute, 2 minutes how I trade. But now I'm gonna show you what I would typically do, and also to notice to announce that I will do live. Okay, I will do stream while I'm trade, so people can actually see what I do, and just post the clips into my social media. So the first thing I do always is you go to Forex Factory. Okay, I'm not gonna show you because it's something you already know. But basically, what you will do, like, oops, um, you go to Forex Factory. Sorry guys for this mess. I'm doing something. Okay, you go to Forex Factory. You can actually see kick into it there. And this, I know it's not that kind of for the quants, people who do algorithms who create things. It's not that sophisticated. It's just a basic one. If you don't have, if you want to go that extra mile, that extra level, you can do this. I think it was financial use. This one, also this one is paid. Of course, if you would have more information, you would need an insider like Nancy Pelosi, or you would have to be a Jew, which is not my case, and which is not your case. It's complicated. Okay? Also, you can go terminal Bloomberg terminal. I use this one. I use Financial Juice and Forex Factory most of the time. This one. And today I didn't trade because market was closed in gold. Okay, NASDAQ. I know it's not. That's why, but I don't trade NASDAQ for a moment. Although I'm a NASDAQ trader, but most of the time, mostly now I'm trading gold. To have this one, you have Forex Factory, normal for the news. Okay, you got a carpet, you got everything. I'm not gonna go in full detail. You can watch DGR videos about news. But financial juice are good. And of course, you got Twitter. I mean, if you don't have Twitter or X these days, dude, you're gonna get swept. You're gonna be liquidated by Trump. Okay, so those are the two softwares that I use to get the news from the world. I don't want. Let me save this one. Yeah, this two I think it was. Yeah, this tool as well is something that you can use. Let me just okay. You got this too, which is real. I know it's kind of messed up, but the setup, it is what it is. Okay. where you can truly watch real news and what's happening. Okay, this one. For this one, of course, you need to sign up, okay? Log in and do everything else kind of similar. This too. If it's not enough with Forex Factory or Financial Juice, what just happened? I just hear a voice. Okay, sorry. So, yeah, sorry, those sounds come from this one. Well, I think it was this one. Yeah, it's kind of noisy, so I'm gonna try to silence this one. Okay, I cannot, yeah, mute. Okay, you can use this one, which is CleanTrade Terminal, and this one is World Motor app. Okay, and financial juice, and of course the goated of all, Forex Factory, and then Twitter. I mean, uh, for now I just dribble on Mac, so you know to have all this at once is complicated. If you have a big setup, which you have at least two monitors, two screens, well maybe yeah, you have one screen for trade and one screen just for the news. You can have Twitter. You can have, I don't know, if you do copy trade, you can have Twitch or Kick. But for now, I just go in, hop in, and look what's happening. Okay, since today it's not moving because it's closed because I'm using Black Bull. And NASDAQ it is, but it's kind of sloppy today. It's kind of chopped. I'm gonna teach you in gold what I usually do. It's gonna recap. Oh, yeah. It's not paper. I can tell you that. Okay, it's actually live. Um, I'm remembering now what I've done this couple of weeks, this couple of months. But well, you already know if you watch my videos, you already know what happened. Okay, so the first thing I do after watching news and knowing what's happening, I do a CRT. I know, oh yeah, CRT is like ICT, and you combine CRT or ICT and TGR strategy. I mean, I'm more into price action and structure, what's happening. Okay, but I'm telling you, I'm more in an order flow. So I base myself on data. So I'm a full stack developer. I do data. I know how it works. I made my own bots as well, my own algorithms, which are not that accurate, like an quantitative, But the first thing I do is mark. Okay, as in CRT, if we go to yesterday's day, I will look for candles. Okay, for candles. You can do with a 4 hour or the 2 hours. I think it works both. But you will just go and kind of use. I don't know. This one was, yeah, this one. Wait, wait. Okay, so you can see this one has been. This is like a CRTH. You can choose whatever you want. You can see this. It starts at, okay, at 00. This is the first candle, the first 4 hours of the day. Well, the first hour, sorry. It's bearish. Okay. Do you see any candles trading below or above this? Well, above no, but you can see it's below. So you'll go to the next one and look for the exact same thing. Within this candle, do you see another candle going below or above? Again, below. We can see price, this candles rejects, okay, rejects. It did not accept bearish market. It rejected, did 8 hour candle. So I'm not choosing one of these because what I'm looking for is a candle, okay, that will go either above or below, because what I'm looking for is an rejection or an acceptance. So in this case, it's a rejectance because what price is want to stay on the range. Okay, it doesn't want to go. It's saying, okay, what it's saying, there's more buyers than sellers. So price want to stay in the range, will be this range. But why did I choose this one? Okay, I mean, I could have put this one and say, okay, maybe people are going for an acceptance and it's going to be bearish, but you need to wait. I mean, there's also the 12 candle that this is important because depending on what happened before, you can choose one or you can choose another. Okay, so what I'm looking for, I'm gonna draw a little bit. I'm not a drawer. I'm not an artist, so don't mind my drawings. Okay, so this will be it. Okay, it's a candle. Don't look at the call, it doesn't matter. Let's say it's a bearish candle. Depending on what happens, let's say this is the like a 4. We're at a time frame of 4, okay, and there's another candle that sweeps below, okay. This could be the 8-hour. I'm gonna drag this, gonna take it outside the candle so we can concentrate. This will be, you have one candle that is, I mean, 4th hour, okay, and the next 4 hours will be what? The 8 hours, the next 4 hours candle. So what you need to look for is a rejection from acceptance. Rejecting means that price is rejecting. Very simple as that. Price is rejecting what? Price is rejecting to go below, rejecting to go lower, rejecting to go lower. Why? Because there are more buyers than sellers. And what market wants is for it to go up. It want to stay in the range. Okay, it doesn't want to trade below. It can trade below, but then it does a correction and goes up again. Why? Simple. I told you, man. There's just more buyers than sellers. It's simple as that. Okay? So that's the first thing you look, because you want to have the range of the day, because you want to trade inside that range. You want to wait for a rejectance and acceptance. Let's say that price accepts, okay, and it goes bearish again. I mean, it has happened before. That price, I'm sorry, okay, that price goes, I don't know, bearish. Okay, if you say, in this case, he did it. But I don't mark this one. I could have two, but I mark this one, okay? It depends on you. I mean, wouldn't be bad either because it's actually inside the range. And then look how close it is to the CRTH. So the wick of below, the minimum wick, the lowest wick, it's called CRTL, as you know, okay? Candle range theory, you know that. I push, I put 4 because it's about 4 hours, referring to the time frame, and the highest one on the candle will be the CRTH, candle range theory high. So now you'll go down in the time frame, you will be looking, okay, what's happening? You mark this, look at price, how close it is. Very close. That's a little bit pullback. Well, a little pullback. We'll see what happens. Because it's a breakdown of what happened yesterday in a recap of how I got liquidated. Okay, so you mark the range. I told you it could be this range as well. Okay, this candle could be in this candle right here, but I chose this one. Okay. The thing is, it hasn't been rejected. You know, look at this candle. There's no rejection. So that's the first thing. That's the first part of the setup. If there's no rejection or acceptance, then maybe you should wait. Maybe in the next hour, which what happened at 4 later accepted price. Look at this acceptance. An acceptance. You can have the volume profile here. Okay, but the thing is, the first thing is this, to mark the range you want to trade in. And then what you want to do next is to go with the equilibrium to mark the structure. Okay, so the first thing is to mark the CRT. Which one is the CRTH, which one is CRTL, and mark the range. If price rejects CRTH, what's going to happen? The most probable case, if it rejects, it's going down. Wait. Let's say price rejects this level, okay? getting mad at this dude. Let's say price rejects this level. Forget about this a moment. Let's say price doesn't want to go up, doesn't want to go above. It rejects. The most probable case it will happen is it will go down and will go liquidate CRTL. This is what happens always. That's why it's very important when you mark CRT, you need to look for previous rejection or acceptance. And 90% of the time, 95% of the times I can tell you, by what I watch and experience is, if there's a rejection, I don't know, in CRT, it will go CRTL. In the same case, if it rejects CRTL, it will go CRTH. That's what always happens. If there's an rejection, if there's an acceptance, well, you just trade not against the bias, but in favor of the bias. If it goes up and you see that this is an acceptance, clear acceptance, that there's no rejection, well, man, well, maybe they don't trade. The problem is most of you, or like me, you are someone catching what? You're catching reversals. That's what happened yesterday. If I was going to give it a reversal, sorry, but I should have waited. Should have waited. That's it. That was my problem. Didn't wait. And I let the limit happen and it got liquidated in 6 seconds. That's simple. Simple as that. You need to wait for confirmation. Sometimes it does happen a rejection and then it goes straight boom to CRTL, or the same. Rejects, it go to CRTH. But if not, if it's an acceptance, then just go and make a long position. And the same in the CRTL, if there's an acceptance in CRTL, just go and go for a short position and go aim, I don't know, liquidity. Let's be on. It could be, wait, it could be this liquidity or anything. If it happens, so that's the first thing, to mark the range, CRTL, CRTH, and look if there's a rejection or acceptance previous. If it doesn't, you need to wait. You will need to wait. Because sometimes prices in a range is an accumulation. It doesn't have a clear intention of what is going to happen, what it's going to do. That's why you need to wait for it. The next thing I will do is you will go and have this anchor burn profile. Of course, these are CPD. These are not futures. This is not real price. Just replicating the price. And you will mark the day. Okay. This is 00. This is when starts today, when day starts. So you mark the burn profile. Get this one, anchor burn profile. I think you get it here. Yeah, you'll go to Boolean function, and you will have this. You can also have a BWAP. Okay, so that so put it in the day. You'll have what happened in the day, and then you'll go with a Boolean profile. Why did I go for the setup yesterday? Okay, so I did everything. There was no rejection or acceptance in this case in this candle. There's a rejection of this candle. So I should look. That's why I took the setup. Because as you know, as I told you earlier, before, this price rejected this. So when I marked the range, I thought a price was going to reject, but it didn't. It was an acceptance. That's why I set up, that's why it's the trade I took. But things happen, and that's it. After you mark the bone profile, okay, you can see the POC here, power control, the VAH, volume high, volume low. We also have VLN, volume node. Okay, so you look for like this kind of voids. Okay, look, it was perfect because it was marking this, and I also have a further gap and order block here, so it wasn't a bad setup. Okay, the thing is I should have waited, and that's it, and more if I was seeing price pushing up. Okay, so now continuing, Once you've done this, you will have to look where the point of control is, which is this one. Look for it. Okay. You can also adjust it to your liking. You'll look for the range. This case is a big range because I marked the whole day. And this is the range, okay? This is the high of the day, and this is the low of the day. When you trade, you must trade within these levels. If it goes below or goes above, it's complicated because in this day was very big. Okay, a lot happened. But you also you should trade within the range, inside the range. Okay, so you will look for like these spots, like this spots, flat spots. There's not, it's not, it's not a big peak like this one. It's like a mountain, you know. You can also have it and to your left side, right side as well. I prefer to have it here, more closer to the candles. But you will have to look for these spots. Look, this is spots. Look, I'm actually seeing it now. I should have checked the trade here. Look, matched perfectly. Look how price actually respects this void here. But that's the thing, you have to be careful, you have to watch. So you have to look for these voids, is because it's where price actually matches. And after you mark that to bone profile in the CRT, you will go for equilibrium. Okay, this is DSTV, sorry. And depending where you mark, if you mark from low to high, you will have to, well, this is my setup, of course. Premium always stays on top, discounts, you know this. Okay, exactly the same thing. The range, okay, will be the range. if it if you mark from a high from down to a low, you will have to put no, it stays the same. Premium will also stay high, but it changed a little bit. Okay, once you mark this, you'll be looking, I don't know, for if price is in half level, you will need to look at the bias. Of course, at that moment when I was looking at it, the PO3 was bearish, was very bearish, and I said, okay, today is a bearish day. How am I going for a long? It was complicated for me to go for a long position because everything I was seeing, it was just bearish. A little bit of accumulation, another bearish move at London to end, and then New York session, bullish. I mean, it was hard. Okay, it was hard. The thing is, equilibrium tells you a lot. It was at half level. Price was a good spot. The thing is, it was very bearish, and it was not obvious, but people were more interested in buying. Why? Because it's a good price. It's cheap. It didn't go for a discount because it didn't have to. So you have to look for a half level. Depending on the bias of the day, you will go either for a premium or for a discount. But of course, it depends on the bias. It depends if there's news or more factors or more confluences. Now, once you go this, you will have to look down to the 15-minute or 30-minute. I use 15-minute and look for spots. I mean, look, there's a fair value gap in this level. Look at the blind spot. Look at the spot here. You also got this bearish fair value gap. In this case, I have a bullish fair value gap that's been what inversed. I will put a bullish fair value gap because it's actually a bullish fair value gap. So, um, what is it? Okay, this one is a bullish one. Look how it matches actually, and then you will go for an order block. This one is very big. I can pull this one. Oh yeah, oh yeah, this one. No, this one is down order block. Okay, you have to look for this, and then say, okay, price is within the range, irrespective half level. There's a rejectance, so it's going for a premium, and for a CRDH, although it didn't swept or rejected CRT low, but it respected the CRT L of the previous candle. Okay, looking for the spot of the bottom profile with a confluences, you got a very good setup, straight A setup. And if you trade 1 minute, then you will look, of course, always as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention. I also mark where the New York setup starts. I know for you it will be 2.5:30. Well, for me, because I live in Europe, it's time. I'm not in the United States. It's actually very different. But it's 2:30. There's the debate if it's 2:30 or 3. I just mark 3 because when I start to trade actually. But I mean, also as well, New York session in Europe gets more volatility at 3:30 and even 4. Okay, you can see this big right candle. Yeah. So you mark that, you got the session, you got a time, you got a high time frames, confluences, you got the bone profile matching accordingly with your confluences, you got it perfect. What happens then? Once you have that a clear setup, you will go for DSTV, standard deviation, to mark your trade. Depending on what you trade, let's say you trade on this level. Targeting and aiming, what I know. Let's say you trade here. Well, but you put the setup. Oh, let me do it with this one. With a risk reward, okay. Let's say you mark this one. You enter a trade after the equilibrium. Then you will put the DSTV on this level and just aim for it. And the stop loss, I don't know about you, but I will put it here. Although it's very big stop loss, mine are very shorter. Okay, you could put like this. Simple, right? Simple. It's a good trade I would take. And more seeing this, but of course when I saw this, I said, okay, it's going berries, which is manipulation, and then a little bit accumulation, and then start to change a BOS, break of structure, microstatic shift. And of course, if you see this, even you have a limit sell, just take it out. But that was it. I mean, so that's the thing. Okay, you mark the structure, you see what you're doing, and then once you have where am I? Sorry, I went too far. Structure using the bone profile, and you will also heat map, you will need a footprint, real data, because at the end this is just like a basic tool. I mean, it's not telling you a lot, and actually it's not telling you all of it. But with that, you can use it as with your confluences, looking for the spots, looking your, your inverse order gap, inverse order block, and then with the CRT, I don't know, unicorn model. I don't know, there's a lot of names for ICT. I mean, whatever are you trading with, looking for the confluences, and then just get a trade. This is what I should have done yesterday. Of course, when you always do the back testing and the recap, it's easy to spot it. But once you're trading, you're so focused, you're so decided with your setup, you'll always go for it. That's what I did. But I didn't look for long because when you see the bias of the day and you see a bearish bias, it's kind of hard to go against it. But I mean, I had a choice. I had actually a second choice because I could have traded this and then this. Because I was also seeing the rally up towards premium, and I still decided to take a short. So it was on me. My fault. My bad. That was it. Good traders make mistakes, learn from them, but at the end, you're disciplined. So this is actually basic. How could I trade? You can see there's not a lot of things. I didn't mark a BOS. I didn't mark a mark shift. I didn't, I don't know, mark CSD or all these things that you can trade. Most of people trade only price action, trend lines, ICT, DJRs, and a lot more strategy. I don't know, dude. For me, it's simple. Simple, effective, and at the end is how you watch and learn from the trade. Okay, that will be it. I will see you in the next video. Okay, explain different things. I will try to do a live on Kick or Twitch and then just post the clips of the trade on my social media. Okay, that will be it.